She was once again drunk and couldn't even form proper sentences. I was going to kick her out because she wore white, which was disrespectful to my new wife, and she was also making the guests uncomfortable. But before I could do that, she yelled at my parents and told them to F off before running outside the venue. I thought that it was over, and I could enjoy the rest of the day, but I was wrong. A few minutes later, a very loud sound scared everyone in attendance and we ran out to investigate. Turns out, my sister had somehow stolen the car keys to my parents' car and driven it into a wall. The wall was connected to the main hall where we were all seated, so she could have injured us badly. My wedding day was completely ruined as we all rushed my sister to the hospital. My parents kept apologizing to me because they thought it was their fault for not doing enough. The next day, I sat my parents down and had a long talk with them. I explained that my sister is an adult, and they don't have to take responsibility for her anymore. They surprisingly agreed with me, and said that they had also talked amongst themselves and their lawyers yesterday. They had decided to finally cut my sister off completely and even exclude her from their inheritance. I was surprised and felt sorry for her, but supported their decision wholeheartedly. We made the news public and my wife was happy that I stood up to her instead of just taking her abuse. But it didn't even take a few hours before my sister was already calling me, and I should have known that she wasn't done yet. She accused me of manipulating my parents to take away what she deserved, and said she wants it all back. A nightmare sister got drunk at my wedding, stole our parents' car and crashed it into a wall. So we excluded her from the inheritance. We made the news public and my wife was happy that I stood up to her instead of just taking her abuse. But it didn't even take a few hours before my sister was already calling me, and I should have known that she wasn't done yet. She started yelling at me as soon as I picked up. She accused me of manipulating my parents to take away what she deserved, and said she wants it all back. I told her that she had all the tools to make her own fortune, but didn't. So she can't call my inheritance something that she deserves. She threatened to come at me legally, and sue me for $1 million. I laughed because that number just came out of nowhere. I told her that she's just going to embarrass herself even further if she goes down that route, and that she just needs to get into therapy and move on. I even offered to pay for her therapy if she promised to work on getting her anger issues under control. But then she started crying, and said that her family doesn't love her enough. She said that we need to care more about her and that what we were doing wasn't fair. However, I told her that whatever is happening, she did it to herself. Before the yelling could begin again, I cut the call. Since then, I have been really stressed because she is still my sister and I only want what's best for her. My wife has been comforting me, and says that she isn't angry about the wedding so I should do what I want. The thing is, if our parents don't do this, my sister is still going to think that the world bends to her wishes and that she doesn't ever need to mature.